You're listening to Bluebird on Your Shoulder, three voices pushing back against Trump, MAGA, and the lies that make authoritarianism possible, facts over fear, process over power. Season 2. You're listening to Bluebird on Your Shoulder, three voices pushing back against Trump, MAGA, and the lies that make authoritarianism possible, facts over fear, process over power. Season 2.
You know, I should really change that to two voices, but I'm
You
not going
keep
to.
saying that.
Whatever.
You
I'm
keep saying that.
I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm going to keep not doing it till season 3.
Right?
I don't know. Maybe because we're going on for a month. Maybe I'll find time to forget. So, because I don't remember until I hear it playing. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I should do that. And then, I have a whole life I have to keep track of because just be independently wealthy because that's some bullshit. I think I won the Born in America role, but I did not win the Silver Spoon role. So.
Yeah. I won the privilege of being a white male, but not the generational privilege of parents with the know-how to save money.
The generational didn't fuck up the entire world for us.
Yeah.
So I guess we've been part of that generation. So we got put in the here 47 historical once in a lifetime events generation.
Yep.
So it's because they gave us half technology, half no technology lives, and they were like they could deal with it. That's fine. They'll figure it out. So it's really exciting. I don't know. I just think he got bored, or they wouldn't come to terms, or we were on a peace deal. He canceled his Memorial Day plans. Everybody came back to Washington D.C. I think he was going to his son's wedding. Is that where he was going, or maybe christening of a baby, or
you mean the wedding of his son to? Oh, what was it? Shoot. Some other Mossad agent. I forget what it was.
Entry for Israel today. We usually say that for the end. So, but no. Yeah. So it was a wedding, right? That's what it was. It was Junior's wedding, wife number 2 or 4 or something. I don't know. He's just like us, except for he's tiny. Anyway, so they all came back, and it appears that they came back because there was going to be a deal, and instead of a deal, we're dropping more bombs. There's no deal, and there's more bombs, and it's he came out oh, there's a deal. Oh, see, there's a deal. And Marco Rubio warned Ivan I don't know, somewhere around the 22nd to not create a toll system for ships moving through the strait, and then he warned Oman, which it's the other side of the strait, is Oman. Yeah. Oman. There's some Middle Eastern. There's some guy out there right now that's mad as hell for me some white shit. So, but I don't know. So it's weird. Not to cooperate with that idea, and then we have reportedly reached a tentative deal to extend a ceasefire. So it was a tentative deal to extend a ceasefire and reopen nuclear talks. So we're back there again. I still really remember that we had already done this, and it was already successful. And it's the same exact deal is being discussed that was already done, but for more money. So it's the Democrat playbook, I'm telling you. And then I know that Trump escalated the Oman part of the story with a direct threat, during a cabinet meeting. He was like, "Yeah, we'll blow them up."
And then his Treasury pick decides to publicly threaten them as well.
Yeah, but didn't he also say that they said they wouldn't support the polls? So, well, that's kind of crazy fun. Aggressively impose sanctions. One of them's going to blow it up, and the other one's going to and oh, it's
Yeah.
so literal. It's a literal just fuck balls. It's fuck balls. So, but that dude's not going to get fired because he does what he's supposed to do. He's not going to resign. Um, so now I did see the other day. So I know Tulsi Gabbard resigned, and we talked about, which I still don't know what she really resigned for. Public story is her husband has cancer. So maybe that's real. Maybe that's real. I'm not going to say it's not. I'm not going to go that far. Yeah, I know you will because you're a fucking weirdo. But I have no proof either way, so I'm not going to go that far. But then
I
I read an article the other day that Bondi now has cancer. So is that like the
yeah.
new thing?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
now
they
if
have
you're,
cancer.
it's cancer. So like, and maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't know. So I don't want to speculate either way, but it'd be really weird if this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like,
Everybody's getting cancer.
right. So, but I brought Bondi up because he's got his personal lawyer in charge, right? That's who's in charge of the acting head of the DOJ right now, right? Yeah. So they're investigating uh, that woman.
Oh, E.G. Carroll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it E.
Yeah.
Jane Carroll? Is that
No,
that's her
E.G.
name?
Carroll.
It's E. G. Carroll. No, it's E. Jean Carroll.
Okay.
It is. It's E. J. E. A. N, which is Jean Carroll, not G. E. N. E. Look, I didn't spell her name. I didn't birth her. I didn't name her. So is that just another white boy pronunciation? Is that what I'm doing here? So, but yeah, so now the Department of Justice is opening the criminal investigation into whether she committed perjury. So at the end of the day, it very much looks like for all of her flaws, Bondi wasn't willing to do the conspiracy shit.
I mean, she
Because,
did some of the conspiracy shit,
yeah, but I
but
think the few that she did had the most probability of maybe being true.
right.
So, you
Well, they
know,
actually had a couple of pieces that they could use in a prosecution.
yeah,
Like this they're gonna have to make some shit up,
you
and
know,
they're
they're
gonna get
going
dinged.
to. More judges with more endless time on their hands. Um, so, and I know but the U.S. Attorney's Office in Chicago denied that it had been investigated. Said U.S. Attorney Andrew Rotrus said no investigation of Carol has been open. So are we just doing that thing where we just word vomiting shit out of our mouth? Like, so he wanted me to do it. So I ordered it done. And so I said it was done. But then the lawyers who were actually in charge are like, yeah, we can't just do that.
Right.
Like there's an actual procedure to the law, and
Well,
like
so
we don't have
so
an
you so um any detective bureau has to submit a packet for consideration for prosecution. So they have to pick it up in order for them to for the prosecuting attorney's office to open an investigation. So you have to have evidence before you can open an investigation. You can't open an investigation hoping to find evidence. That's
well, why not? That's how the Hardy Boys did it in the books. That's also how Scooby Doo did it.
yeah,
So
they did. They had files.
yeah, and the Mystery Machine with all the smoke. There's lots of files going.
Yeah.
So and Ubi snacks. So no, it's just more endless fuckery. So that's why I'm kind of excited that we're taking a break because I can just disconnect from the political world for at least 2 weeks. But then we're gonna have like a 6-hour episode when I get back, and it's gonna be called
Yeah,
Fuckery 12.
I know. And I I'm gonna struggle because this is my outlet for getting it off. So I'm gonna
you're
be
going to detention on Facebook. You're doing a time Facebook. I give it a poly market gives it over under a week. So
yeah, that's about right.
yeah, week and a half you're going on fucking Louisville. That's for sure. So but yeah, he so we're blowing up Oman, we're imposing sanctions on Oman. Oman's like, we don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, and this isn't even a deal with them. I don't understand what. It's like the most gaslit relationship ever. Like, I see a lot of people who think they're being gaslit on the internet. This is what gaslighting is, where they just keep feeding you shit. Why has Trump threatened to bomb? Because it's what he does. Because he's, well, it's him special. Him very, very, very special.
Yeah, so Iran actually floated the idea of splitting management of the strait with Oman. And so with Iran saying that, Trump's like, "Oh, Oman, if you do that, we're fucking you up."
But
Like
they're an ally.
like
They're
Oman
like a really
didn't
long
release
time.
anything saying it. Nobody else said anything, but Iran said, "Hey, we'll split the management with Oman," and Trump was like, "Don't do it, I'll bomb you."
Well, no, that would make sense, right? If they did do that, right? If they split management with one of our allies, that would actually probably be a pretty positive negotiation. Like, to make sure that we're going to do the right thing, we're going to let your ally also be a part of this. But he doesn't like our allies. So they're really good at the Lego videos, but they don't study well enough. They should have offered Russia to manage the other half of the strait, and then that would be completely acceptable. So because they're not our allies. So those are the
Right.
people we want to empower.
Yeah,
Our
yeah.
allies, we want to find various ways to tell them how to go fuck themselves. So with a fufu.
Yep.
So
Or
it's
get them bombed by using their bases in their countries for jump points to bomb other countries that haven't been aggressive towards us.
that's true too. Because why would we not do that?
Right.
So but it's like I think it's all midterm, right? Like I think it's all midterm related. I think we're in a we historically, if we're in war, the incumbents win. It's historically true. So we tried the war thing, that wasn't working. So now we're doing well, maybe we'll do peace, and then the base is getting mad, and so it's like I can tell how often he's on Twitter. That's kind of what happens. It's like, oh, he wasn't on Twitter this week. Like things are somewhat normal. Oh, he read Twitter last night. Now he just threw it all away in one tweet.
Right.
So, like in one truth or whatever. And I don't know why he continues to do the truth social thing, because it's like a dead company.
It's his branding.
Yeah.
By people feeling like, by going on to Truth Social, then those that don't think very hard automatically think that anything that comes from it is the truth, and anybody that's arguing against it but using Truth Social to post a screenshot of what Donald Trump actually said, then they can just say that's not true.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we do have an MOU that is put together, and Iran has signed off on it, but we're waiting on Trump to actually sign off on it. He should talk about that tonight. So by the time this posts, this should be either in place or we're or he's sending bombers right now. So
Yeah, probably. That's probably what he's doing for sure. So that's crazy. Speaking of Russia, because we brought it up, we are seeing possible reports coming out that a Russian attack drone either hit Romania or got blown up and then hit.
there's been a couple of drones that have been shot down in the Iron Curtains border countries.
Yeah, so I think it's, I don't know. Uh, I can't find supporting evidence. I did find an article. Tanzamitis touch, like I said, they're typically pretty.
Yeah, they tend to be pretty on it.
They're pretty.
They're obviously
It's breaking news from 40 minutes ago. So, if a Russian attack drone struck a residential building in Romania, that's a NATO country.
yeah.
That would be a direct attack. So that would bring the plausibility of. So the other parts, like in the comments, and saying it was actually shot down and then hit the
Yeah.
building. Okay,
Yeah.
so if that happened, it's obviously not a direct attack. And,
Well, it's still a violation of airspace, but
it's not going to be an Article 5 level violation.
Right.
So because I just want to know if we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, that sounds interesting. I want to know how in the middle of war you come up with that. But no, if we hit an Article 5, I want to know what we would do. We'd bail. I know we would.
Oh, yeah.
With this administration, we bail out. We bail out of NATO altogether. So, but no, you just put that article up that Iran says it has a new air defense system. How the fuck do you come up with a new air defense system? While you're being bombed. I guess that's a good time to do it. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Because he went there and got dog walked.
Oh, God. On a nice little foo-foo leash, too.
He did get a dog walked on a foo-foo leash. That's super. That's super fair.
Says that it's
super fair.
Says that it's a hostile reconnaissance drone system. So it's an automated drone killer. Stealth detection capabilities, but no technical details have been released.
Well, why would you? Why would you release technical details? That's stupid. Okay, we got a new system, and this is how it worked.
Right.
Dude, some reporters are dumb. Like, why would you? I think something else that happened that was really cool this week, and it's a Twitter thing only. So Stephen Miller tweeted some negative stuff about Tallarico. Like it was.
That's
what you're trying to talk about. You just didn't get that. So he tweeted that the Democrats made history in Texas by nominating the first transgender Senate. And it was the Democrats' official Twitter. So it said that not the DNC, it's just called the Democrats. Nobody knows who really runs it, right?
Right.
It's this official Twitter account. And they had just put a picture of him with the flag up. So people. Tallarico and the Texas flag, right? And then Stephen Miller retweeted it and put that caption on it. And then the Democrat account commented, "Shut up, you ugly fuck." And then a bunch of the bobbleheads on the right started retweeting that. That was a party of civility and unity. Yeah, we abandoned that like 6 years ago.
Yeah, like why? What is this whole civility thing? I never agreed to that shit.
Well, I never agreed to it, but also, why in the fuck would we be civil at this point? I
Right.
will be civil with my neighbor or a member of my community.
Or
I talk to people who are on the other side. We just don't talk about politics.
right.
We keep it to whatever event we're doing with our kids or whatever or whatnot. And they're good people. I don't have any problem with them at all. I think
Right.
they're really good people. They're good people. They're good. They're just out here trying to survive, trying to provide for the family. We just have different views on things. So the best way to approach that is to not talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of civility there. But if you start coming up to me and telling me that Tallarico's transgender, then we're not going to be civil anymore.
Right.
I'm going to ask you how many windows were on your fucking bus, and then you're going to get all fucking upset. And I'm going to say, well, if the IQ matches the shoe size, it's not my fucking fault. So it's not my fault your IQ and your shoe size are the same fucking number. So, but they don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird. They really firmly believe that like the peace, rainbow, and unicorn are still a thing after all the years of this shit. No, it's how can it be? Like I do my best to remain civil only because I've got a temper issue. So, and I've definitely quelled it over the years, but it's still in there somewhere. And I really don't want that to come out on people in the community that I live with. It definitely comes out on Twitter though. So, because I don't know you. And if I see those people in public, I would not be civil in any way, shape, or form. So I would be incorrigible.
Good
I would
word
be
use.
absolutely incorrigible. So, yeah, I like words. Words are fun. But yeah, so we're back to the deal, no deal, or no deal, dude. It's like a deal, no deal, deal, no deal, deal, no deal. We have Ken Paxton defeated John Cornyn in the Texas Republican Senate run-up, right? And Trump endorsed Paxton, so he got another win, but it was also extremely low Republican turnout. And in Texas. So, and it was the first time a Republican U.S. Senator from Texas lost renomination. That had never happened before. So, and Paxton is the fucking psychotic AG of Texas, who's like the crazy right hand of Hot Wheels. So, well, Transformer governor. So people are going to be mad at him. Yeah, fuck. So it's fun. Yeah. So, but yeah, so he won. He won the Senate runoff for the runoff, and in another extremely low turnout. And Trump is solidifying his grip around the Republican Party in a lot of ways. That's the storyline, but I think the real storyline has to be about the remnants of the Republican Party, not necessarily the Republican Party, because I don't think Republicans are voting anymore. I think MAGA is voting.
Right.
So I'm not really sure. Yeah, but I think it's a good result for us because Paxton's a fucking lunatic. He's a fringe lunatic, and we tend to beat fringe. So he's done really well in the primary endorsements, even historically, but they do not do well in the general.
Right.
Like he's got a pretty good win rate in the primary endorsements, and then he gets slaughtered in the general because the average person understands.
Well, and people are getting bored of, the same old like bullshit from the MAGA crowd. Like it was the same thing, last time when, the Trump rhetoric just got to the point where people were checking out, and now it's 10 times as bad, and people are already, I mean, we've talked about how there are some Trump supporters that have come out and said, I voted for him, but not for this. And I regret my decision.
There's quite a lot of those.
Yeah.
No, but then there's also, I think MAGA one day will go down historically as being like a really good banner child for why we should bring back mental institutions. So
I mean, I think that when we finally when we finally get to the other side of this, I think that what it will be is a dissection of media influencing public opinion, social media, and how it's degraded our ability to have sane, rational people running and have civil discourse, and that there are a lot of people that have the right to vote that shouldn't be allowed to drive, much less make decisions for our country. And I think
that's
that
not very democratic. You're not wrong, but that's not very democratic of you in any way, shape, or form. I still will forever sit on the small town people don't move away, and there's seventh generation inbreeding going on that they don't. And it's
well,
driving
and
me up.
you brought up Russia a little while ago. You know, if we hadn't been, fucking repairing the debacle of Trump's first his first presidency, we would have been able to deal with Russia, and then we wouldn't be still dealing with Russia sitting there. And now they're bombing Kiev. They sent about 100 missiles, drones, and they were bombing civilian places, and they're still working on a death count, So, it's those kinds of repercussions that we want to try to blame the current administration, not realizing that it was the past administration's, issue. Just like if somebody walks into office, the fuel prices when they walk into office isn't because of them. The stock market isn't reacting to his policies on day one. Some speculation may happen, but for the long-term growth that you've seen, it's not because of the the new admin's policies.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
And
that's super fair. I'll give you that all day long. I think it's a really interesting move where you brought up fuel. So gas prices are falling, and there's a lot of bobbleheads on Twitter talking about it, like putting like, oh, da 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 da. There's a lot of this and there's a lot of that, and nobody knows why they're falling. Nobody knows why gas and crude oil is falling, but the world Brent isn't falling. Only American crude is falling. And people are like staring at the American crude stock symbols, and I'm like, that's not the global standard. It's because he's slaughtering the SPR, the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, which he gave Biden all kinds of shit about doing before the midterms in 22. And now he's doing the same thing, but he's literally, we're at like 365 million barrels in there, and it holds. I mean, that's a lot. It holds 714, but they're saying it hasn't been this low since like the 80s. And we've pot committed to 172 million barrels.
yeah,
So
and
he's not actually like lowering gas prices naturally or through like good politics or good diplomacy or ending
yeah,
the war. No, he's saturating the market
yep, to
with
help bring it
our
down temporarily.
reserve. Right. And I think that does lead into this really well, right? We rebuilding the US weapon stockpile may take
years. So not only are we going to see repercussions, we've talked about this last week, the repercussions from the Strait issues and the bombing of different facilities in the Middle East is going to have effects on us for years, and it's going to be a cost for not only us but also the U.S. government. On top of that, we've depleted our stockpiles down to, like, I think I heard a number around 20%. So we've only got like a 20% holdback of our stockpiles, and we're not going to ramp up production because there's no active war going on. It was just them deciding to throw everything that they had because of, I don't know, they were watching Bush's shock and awe footage and thinking that was going to be the same as Iraq. And it's just, so we're going to be sitting here and we're going to be having those costs as well as the strain on our energy market, not to mention with data centers, being, put up left and right. There's going to be a growing tax on our energy. And that brings me into this one, which screen share.
Your buttons aren't working very well today.
I know, right? So China's secret weapon in the AI race is the fact that they have a lot of very cheap energy. So
You mean
not only
non-oil-based energy?
well, they have a dynamic energy an energy
Infrastructure
system. So yeah, infrastructure. Thank you.
Mhm.
So they're able to put a lot more energy into their AI models, and so they're coming up with AI systems that create other AI systems. They have an AI operating system that they just released. And what was the other one that I shared with you guys? Anyways, they did talk about this, where in the race, China is winning because of this. Now that Trump has allowed them to have access to our chips, now we're going to see them really take off and really pull ahead of us in this. This is the new arms race. I mean, there are AI supercomputers that will be able to unlock every computer, every website, every data center ever when they get up to using quantum computing with AI. And nothing will be able to stop it except for disconnecting from any kind of interweb.
Bro, I'm growing a beard, getting a donkey, and moving to the
Right?
no,
Yep.
so Elon actually talked about this years ago. Like every once in a while, I don't like that Elon came into politics because I want to like him. And I
Right.
can't because he is a smart man. Fucking weirdo. But he's a smart guy. And I'll be honest, most of the smartest people I've met are pretty fucking weird. So,
Thanks a
not
lot.
that kind of weird, but, well, look, bro, if the shoe fits, tie that bitch twice. So,
Double knot.
but he's been talking about the energy advantage that China had literally for 3 or 4 years on Twitter since he bought it. It's one of the few things where all of a sudden he was like, oh, I'm going to be normal. Um, so, speaking of him, a lot of people are saying Tesla's cooked. I don't necessarily believe that to be true, but it's a lot
I
of
don't
analysts. A lot of
like,
analysts are
why?
starting to say Tesla. I don't know. I don't understand either. A
Like,
lot of
just because,
analysts are starting to say Tesla's cooked.
well, they're saying that because of, well, part of it is Trump's policies, and his move to, stop green energy in its tracks, and his his double-handed, green energy is terrible. These things blow up for no reason, but I'm gonna park one in the White House front lawn and tell everybody to buy one.
That was the coolest commercial ever. So, which brings up other things. We're about to have a UFC fight on the front lawn.
Oh my God! Did you see the
And they're saying that we put
the thing that they're growing up, like they're building a freaking huge cage.
Yeah,
in the front lawn. It's a huge cage. Huge.
Well, yeah, he's got a lot of inaccuracies to fucking. It's like people with their lifted trucks, bro. Come on,
dude. It's just ridiculous. No, so from what I hear, the thing with Tesla is the fact that SpaceX is coming out with a $1.5 trillion valuation for its IPO, and I don't understand how that IPO is going to somehow pull. Like, I think they're talking about, like, he's going to have to spend more time over at SpaceX instead of doing his job at Tesla.
Oh, so yeah, no, I think SpaceX is okay, but yeah, that White House fight, the UFC fight's on June 14th, which is Flag Day. It's also Trump's 80th birthday. It's all dear leadership, bro. It's all dear. The banners still exist in Washington with his face on it. You walk in, like in the DOJ. Like it's I swear, bro, it's dystopia.
It's
a dystopia. You couldn't have convinced me any of this could ever happen here. So, but yeah, supporters are going to call it a historic American spectacle.
I'm just glad that we don't have too much light.
Yeah,
too much light.
Too much light. No, you're not going to.
There we go. Oh, that's my daughter's picture of the Capitol building. My text back to her was, I'll show you guys. That's where rioters stormed to try and stop the election of Joe Biden as president because of Donald Trump. Awe-inspiring building, isn't it?
They pooped on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, she got a picture of the poop floor.
Excellent. She got the poop floor. Okay, that's cool. So, because nothing says America like pooping on the floor, man. That's what we're rocking with here. That's what we're rocking with.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate too.
Yeah, it is really accurate. It's very monkey.
Monkey-like.
Yeah, to poop on the floor and throw it. So, like, don't they do that? I swear I've seen that.
Baboon.
Type of monkey. So, but yeah, then we can't leave this out. We talked about it before we started. We have like major ICE protests in Jersey at Delaney Hall that like the detainees are under attack.
Yep, and they're protesting its closure because of inhumane conditions that have been reported over and over again. Now there's been a report, I think.
So reopened after closure.
Without proper permits and approvals, conditions inside of the facility claiming human rights abuses.
Well, of course we're doing all this.
Of course
That's what all of his role models would do, bro.
Right. Speaking of, we'll get there in just a second. Going back to Israel.
We go, bro. Gotta bring the Jews into it, man.
let's first go ahead and stick with ICE for just a second. Trump, the Department of DOJ is suing states that are obliged to give ICE vehicles confidential license plates to help conceal immigration operations. Just so you know, the states have no obligation to do so. Those can be federal plates. They should be federal plates. Yep. So, and it's official. It's on the website. They're going after Maine, Massachusetts, Oregon, Washington for defying those demands.
Yeah.
Just to keep up with what's going on in that.
So from 2020 in 2025, the administration only won 30% of their cases. They lost 60, and they had half win, half loss in 9.
Yeah.
So it's 31% that they percent. Fuck them. They don't care. So, but yeah, so 195 wins from the challengers and from the administration. There's 228 still pending.
Here's one win that they got.
Yeah.
So
On fully resolved rulings at 64% loss rate. That is a horrible fucking loss rate.
right.
U.S. judge rejects immediate block on what? Mail-in ballots? Is that what it said?
Yeah,
Of
the
course
mail-in voting
ballots, so.
executive own order. So the reason that he rejected is because the Democrats' legal challenge is premature. So even though the headline looks bad, it's really just a procedural thing. You know, we've talked about this quite a bit. Most of the wins that have been handed down to this administration have been about procedure, and this is one of them. The Democrats are just being premature because they haven't moved to implement any of those measures into.
Okay, that's fair.
So
that's fair. That's fair.
But while we're here,
crazy.
Oh wait, nice.
Oh, I saw him. I saw BB on the page, bro. I saw BB on the page.
So they are. Okay. So you were off. They don't have 80%. They only have 60%. And so he's telling the Israeli army to grab another 10%.
Okay, I was pretty sure they were just going after 70% of the 20%.
The 20%.
That's what I thought was happening. So they're probably actually going 70% of the 40%. So, yeah, you told me that he informed them to go get 7 people. Say, yeah, they already. So,
yeah.
Okay. No, they want 10 more percent. They need to do that so you can build the resort, the golf resort, on top of the flotilla.
So this is how it actually happened. Somebody in the audience shouted that Israel should take the entire Gaza Strip, and he said, "We're going in order. First, we're going to take 70%." and then we'll take 80 and 90 and then 100% after we kill everybody.
Well, yeah, you have to slowly kill everybody, dude.
Yeah.
They're experts on how to do this. Historically, it was done to them. So they're experts on how this works. Oh, more attacks on Lebanon. I thought we weren't doing that anymore. I thought that was part of like the Iran deal.
The ceasefire.
We couldn't fuck with Lebanon anymore.
Nope. That was part of Iran's request for the ceasefires to include Israel's attack on Lebanon, but Israel said that that's a separate matter, and so they would not stop.
So why are we attacking Lebanon? Why is it because they have one of the militias? Do they have one of the militias there?
Yeah, they're saying that Hezbollah.
It's fucking we, bro.
I know.
We might not be flying the planes and the jets, but we gave them the bombs. So
and
they buy that stuff from us.
We taught them how to fly the planes too.
Yeah, we did do that too. So, and they have a nuke they won't admit to.
Yeah.
So, but we're not gonna bomb them for it. We're just gonna bomb Iran for the nuke they don't. So, which I do see that a lot. A lot of people are like, well, at least I'm not going to get bombed, nuked by in my sleep. What?
They just don't understand. I mean, I can say that when I was in my 20s and I was naive enough to believe that we were the good guys,
I
that
think there might have actually been a time historically where we were in actually either were the good guys or we're actually trying to be the good
yeah, oh
guys.
yeah. I would say, you know, for about 5 years after World War II,
Yeah.
and um honestly, you know, we give Bush Jr. a hard time for being an idiot, but he knew he was an idiot and he tried to make light of it quite a bit. Um and you know, the more I've seen him as a human being, the more I like him. And I think that his rhetoric was focused on the perpetrators of 9/11, and he was being led around by the nose just like we were, you know. And so we went into Afghanistan. That was a righteous you know, infiltration of um a regime that needed to be toppled, along with a group of extremists that needed to be destroyed. um then came the people trying to get rich, trying to make excuses for going into Iraq, and then we ended up in a war that we shouldn't have been in. We should have been helping those people. We should have been helping the Iraqi civilians, but we shouldn't have been doing it by invading them and, you know, and
Okay.
causing untold destruction throughout the country. Because, you know, I went in, you know, after the invasion 5 years later, and the place was still just a mess, you know.
Yeah, bro, we don't. The American military isn't a scalpel, bro. It's a fucking broadsword.
We have scalpels in our
We
arsenal.
do have scalpels, but that is not the majority of the. Dude, they send them. You send the Marines, and everything will be fine, out, bro.
Yeah.
So, UN adds Israel for conflict related. So they're breeding them out too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is genocide. What are they? Ethnic cleansing
Ethnic cleansing
101.
101.
This is ethnic cleansing 101. I learned about that during Bosnia, Herzegovina, and Serbia. Right? That was the thing in the wasn't that in the 90s?
Yep. Yep. We were finishing that up when I got in, when I enlisted.
Really? It took that long? Okay, that's crazy. That's a that's a really wild fucking situation there.
Well, I mean, we were still, like, we had deployed over there, you know, as peacekeepers after the resolution.
That's fair. Yeah. So they always want to say that we've become they talk shit. We were talking earlier about like the unity and the peace and the rainbows and the unicorns and all that fucking friendly ass love shit. And then the other side is like they're always like, oh, the tolerant left. Well, yeah, the left is very tolerant about a lot of things. Like, you know,
People
multiple
being who
races
they want to
using
be.
this, well, like multiple races using the same water fountain, for
Right.
instance.
Right.
We're pretty tolerant about that, or like you said, people being what they want to be, right? Like, even if that's a phrase, which blows my mind. It's weird to me, but live your life and bark away, all right? But when I don't understand why it's like, oh, you're tolerant, so you're tolerant of all. So, like, if you consider yourself like a MAGA person and you consider yourself tolerant, there has to be red lines for you in your life. There has to be. Like, I don't know what those are, but there's got to be them, right? Like
anything that affects them,
well, yeah,
like
maybe.
sharing a piece of the economic pie with people that don't look like.
Well, what do you mean? MAGA people are poor as shit, dude. Like overwhelmingly poor. Or they were like farm rich and now they're becoming poor because he's fucking their life up.
Yep.
So we have like we're Indiana, and I actually just recently I've been talking about it for like 2.5 weeks. I wasn't seeing any cornfields split down here. I've seen some soy fields planted, but I wasn't seeing any corn planted. And the corn went in this week.
Get down.
And a couple of fields around me, I saw it go in, but this was late as shit.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
I'm
it was
hearing,
also super wet.
well, no, that's why, because it was too wet, the climate change thing. But I've heard up there, there's no corn planted yet, because you guys
It's
have
still
gotten,
too wet.
yeah, I bet you guys are wetter than we were.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, everything is going wrong. And y'all voted for this. You really did. And
Yep.
like, it's like, what is, what, I mean, they didn't vote for climate change. I don't want to try to make that comparison.
Well, they voted to not acknowledge it. You know.
Well, they voted to not acknowledge that they're putting a ding dong. No, so they're saying inflation is becoming stable. This
At
is actually a
3.8.
real, yeah. That's what, no, seriously. Like, so solidifying, not becoming stable, my bad, wrong word, solidifying that because of the war, this inflation will be forever. Which I think it was going to be anyways, because American companies are greedy as shit. You were talking about your AI intro, talking about the billionaires, just everything. So that's a wild reality. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's an absolute wild reality.
Yeah. So this will be this will have them pushing to have the interest rates lowered again. So we should start seeing some talk about some cuts here in the next quarter.
Do you think it's going to happen?
Yeah, I think so. He's got a yes man in there now. So
That's true. Yeah,
of
that's
course
true.
they need to get inflation down in order to win the midterms. So
It's not going to happen. It's too late. It's
no,
fucking
but
June, dude.
I know, but if they cut interest rates, then the rhetoric will be, "Hey, look, we're working to get this fixed."
Yeah, I think a lot of people have. Well, it's hope. I'm not gonna. It's hope. It's fucking. It's a good thing that I learned to be, very solid with discipline. Um,
Yeah, right.
so that's super good. That's super good. But yeah, we find ourselves in. We're also starting to see employers stopping their 401k matches. A couple here and there.
Really?
Yeah, and the only time it's ever happened before was in his first term. So, because he destroys the economy, like absolutely shatters the economy because they don't know what they're doing. They're infantile, they're ignorant, and they're unqualified. So, I don't, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they're really on this telling Stephen Miller and ugly fucking. I just think that they missed the mark, dude. They needed to say you look like a penis. Because he does. He looks like a penis. I forever say that. That's what the man looks like. He is also a man that could make me go to jail in life.
Yeah.
Like, he's done. Like, if I saw him, I would have to severely hope somebody was around that cared about me enough to make sure I didn't go. So, and I don't know anybody who, if I've decided I'm going to jail, that would.
Yeah, I was
So,
gonna say that wouldn't be me, man.
no, well, you wouldn't do it because you agree with me. Most people wouldn't do it because they know that once they've decided to be violent, that they have also won the list. So I am very nonviolent. I've been nonviolent for a lot of years now, but I have not. Like I said, man, there's people who are comfortable with violence, and I am happy to be nonviolent. I like my simple life, and it's pure. But I will forever be comfortable with violence. So violence was a very large part of my life for a really long time. But that's for the other podcast.
Right.
So it's coming. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So we're either gonna get successful quick because it's gonna be fucking stupid funny, or we're gonna get canceled on the second day. That's basically the two options here. But yeah,
I think I figured out what it will be called. RFD.
we
What do you think about this? I just saw this article. Non-disclosure agreements.
Yeah, I did read about that the other day. Hold on. I'm just doing a little scroll on Twitter.
It's already illegal to make public secret government information. Trump.
Okay, so White House tweeted, "They walk among us," and it was like an alien UFO. Yeah, okay. I see what they did. I see what they did there. I was shocked. I was like, did the White House really just tweet this video? Like aliens are really here and there's millions of them, but they're talking about fucking immigrants.
Of course they are. That's why they're doing this right now.
No, dude, I'm like not shocked. I was like, whoa, they really just put it out there on Front Street. You know, so I had to watch it. I had to watch it. So I have no idea what you put up on the screen, but now I feel stupid because I feel like they got me. So I feel like I have to go put myself in fucking time out in this corner here for a minute. I have to go stand in the fucking corner and put my nose on it until my yeah.
So they're basically, trying to pressure White House employees or federal workers who leak non-sensitive information to the press.
Oh yeah, the NDA shit. That's what you were talking.
Yeah.
They have to sign NDAs.
Yep.
That's it. At some point, people have to remember they work for us.
Right. But
they swear he works for them. They do. They swear he works for them. Like, oh, he's the first president that, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
Actually cares about the American people and that dude gives one fuck about anybody not named Donald Trump. That goes for his kids,
his
grandchildren, his fucking wives. Wives. That man doesn't give a motherfucking shit or a goddamn about anybody but himself.
But he gives up his salary.
I don't think he actually does that. I don't know if that's confirmed or not confirmed. I don't think he actually.
So he actually has to take it, which is why so that's why he decided that he needed to get this deal with the Treasury, was because the IRS, because with that, as a federal employee, if you do anything like sell secret documents to the Russians,
No.
then you can be fully audited, and him being fully audited would destroy him. So
No, because that's illegal now.
right.
They're
Right.
not
That's
allowed
why
to
he
audit them anymore.
right. But he wasn't able to just stay off the books of the federal payroll. He had to take the salary. Why? Why did he have to take the salary? Because without a salary, he could be tempted by foreign governments to sell out America.
No, that's true. That's true. But it's also in the Constitution. That's why he has to take a salary.
Right.
It's in the Constitution. Like you have
because
to they only like the Constitution sometimes. I swear to God. Probably because they don't know what it actually says.
Yeah,
So
well.
even if they did, even if you tell them what it says, they also don't know what those words mean. So not mainly because they're uneducated, but mainly because they don't know words. So anything above green eggs and ham and Sam I am, it's not gonna work. So it's a nut. They're an insane. I'm telling you, this is absolutely positively the banner for bring back mental institutions. Make Thorazine great again. Give them the Thorazine shuffle. Let them just run around birthday. So what we got? I love it when you're in medical show.
How is it that China was able to sell Latin America more
They don't fucking like us anymore. Nobody fucking likes us, dude. We're the stinky kid. We're the fucking stinky kid, bro. We've become for a really bad fucking analogy. We're the school shooter. We've absolutely positively become the school shooter. So that's what's happened to America. And we have I only like he makes me feel like for the first time in my existence that I'm yeah. That's all there is to it. So he truly makes me feel like I don't have an ego. I'm just a normal human being. So, because he dwarfs me in every situation humanly possible. So he's just a nut job. So, yeah, living on the edge. So,
oh, great, cool. I know, any MAGA that happens to come across us, or, people that listen to conservative, anything
video.
Isn't going to appreciate the Snopes fact check about Betta Anderson, Donald Trump Jr.'s new wife, the daughter of Epstein's former banker.
I thought you said she was a Mossad agent.
Well, same thing.
Oh, same thing. Mostly true. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I saw we really like I know a guy, he's a great guy. He's been right since before being medical school, and he has showed them and seen the error, and he posts things, and he was so mad at that when I see his posts. I'm just like, I should be sharing. See,
right? Oh, the backlash is real when they're for real. Like my buddy, that we've talked about many times. I won't out him, but he's been sending me stuff like, "Hey, have you guys talked about this?" and we became friends over the fact that we were fighting over left versus right. So
because anyone whose IQ isn't their shoe size, there comes a point.
right.
Like even Forrest Gump, said, I may not be a smart man, Jenny, but I know what love is. Like, everyone has a thing that they get. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have a thing that happens that they come to.
Right.
Colombia's first West Wing has reduced poverty, but hasn't piled of debt. That's probably true. Well, it's Colombia. How do you reduce the debt? Sell coke. Look,
Well,
America right here.
Trump keeps blowing up their boats.
No, that's Venezuela.
Uh,
Different country altogether. That was probably bad of me to say, but I don't care. So I don't do those things anymore.
so coming up here, they're gonna have a new president. The main candidates are a veteran left-wing congressman, or they don't go into it. Okay.
Or
somebody from the other, some right-wing nut job, which seems to be kind of the global trend right now. Luckily, Britain's kind of come to their sentences. They're a bit more adult than we are. They brought Boris in and they were like, yeah, fuck this. That was dumb. But
that's really true.
But there has been a lot of right wing freaking nationalist stuff going on in this world, and it's crazy. Like, luckily there are some sane people in the world. France and Italy, they snap back real fast. Philippines snapped back faster than we did.
A lot of people snap back pretty fast. They're like, "Oh, this isn't cool."
Right.
But we are, I think, in the process of snapping back. Also, again, hope. So, also again, hope. So really crazy stuff. It's going to be. We're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see what happens. So, but we do have a 4-week break, right? Our next episode is going to be right before the 4th of July.
Correct.
Right? It's 250 years as America.
Yep.
I will say it took 250 years for some fucktard to come along and fuck us up this bad. Yep. So I'm telling you, I think you're right about media. I'm definitely going to dive deeper into the 10 because I understand what that is, and that's concerning.
Yeah.
So that is concerning. So who knows? We'll see what happens, and we will be back in 1 month from tomorrow because they get the episode tomorrow. So get it July 3rd. Is the 4th is
I think that's the 3rd. Yeah, I think that's the Friday.
Yeah, the 4th is a Saturday, right? I do believe it is. Let's see. July 4th is that's June.
A Saturday.
July 4th is a Saturday. Yep. That's fucking awesome.
Look at you remembering dates and shit.
Listen.
I'll be fresh back from Disney, so I will probably be burnt as
fresh back from Justin. It's in Florida too. And I go outside and smell when I get back. So I don't have to actually go in the sun. I just have to have the sun anywhere in my vicinity, but I have the complexion of a fucking black light. So, but yeah. So hey,
you can refer to me as you'll be able to refer to me as Pedro again.
I've been referring to you after 25 fucking years. Has it really been that long?
Oh, it's longer than that.
It is long. It's like 30 fucking years.
It's 30 years.
31 years. Fucking Christ.
It'll be 30 years. No, it'll be 30 years this fall.
Okay. 30 years. I feel like you own this kind of fucking, what do they call that?
I think you owe me child support or something.
Fuck, man. What do they call that? Reparations. You owe me some reparations. So that's what I'm looking for. All right, everybody. We'll be back in 4 weeks on July 3rd. We will see you then. Until then, stay strong.
Enjoy your June.
So enjoy your June. Bluebird on your shoulder.
Can you tell